The students that come on my pathway will be studying lighting, sound, video and stage technology. Initially they're working on exercises but also working on other students' projects in year one, and then in year two they actually start working on all the shows. So that's actually rigging the shows, focusing the shows, both in sound and video, operating the shows. So it's very much a kind of show-based practice regime that we operate at year two. And then in year three, they move on to the more management side of actually managing real productions with real actors, singers and performers in our theatres.
We work very closely with our tutors and our members of performance venues to put the shows up. They can give us insights into how they've done things in the real world, and they can feed us information from their years of experience before they started teaching. The
facilities at Guildhall are second to none. We've got a mixture of the most up-to-date technology as well as some of the older things. So it's good to know how to work both ends of it. But equally, theatre technology and technical theatre as a whole is such a fast-paced developing industry that it's really, really important that we understand all the most up-to-date technology. And we've got the perfect opportunity here to do that.
Milton Court Theatre, where we are now, has this inbuilt system from Stage Tech, and it allows us to move all of our scenery pieces and our lighting bars by motors instead of by a human-flown system, which is really exciting for us because it's a department that's really beginning to take off in the West End and is really beginning to take off more and more so in touring shows and in big live events. So it means that we are using the equipment that's at the forefront of technology.
Working with top directors and designers really helps us because it allows us to collaborate with them and work in what is much closer to a real world environment than a lot of other places could offer. And that's really, really helpful for us when we try and segue into the industry.
Many of our graduates have gone on to do really well in the industry, which is really encouraging for a technical theatre training course. We've got a number of Olivier Award winners, and on graduation about 90% of our students get employed immediately in the profession. The mentoring scheme is quite a recent innovation, but I think it's been a really successful way of tying our students to our alumni out in the industry. And I do know that some of the current students have got a lot of benefit from talking to their mentors.
So I've been paired up with Richard Howell, who is my professional mentor, and he is a freelance lighting designer that also trained at Guildhall. And basically we meet up quite regularly and we speak about various things, and he gives me advice, and it gives me a chance to ask him questions about how to get where I want to be, how he got to where he is, and he comes and sees the shows that I light here and supports me through that with advice.
Assessment on the course is mostly on working on the productions. The tutors work alongside the students, observe what they do and assess their work. The students do have to produce a portfolio that they hand in at the end, but that's only a small part of the overall assessment. The key part is their work on the productions.
So for my graduation project, I created a virtual moving light show, which I pre-programmed all in a virtual space, and then I moved into the Milton Court studio where we rigged it all, put it all together and ran the show so that it matched what I'd created virtually. I wanted to create something that was a lighting design, but I didn't have any actors or set to rely on, and it was purely just lights. And I got to take a music piece and just design the lights to fit that piece of music.
The pathway's aimed at undergraduate students who ideally have got some prior experience, but more than that, we're really looking for proven interest in what we do. And you could prove that interest in a number of different ways. A lot of our students have done some technical theatre of some sort at school, maybe with scouts, maybe with local amateur groups. The range of experience, frankly, is very varied and very different from individual to individual. Essentially, we're looking for people who want a career in technical theatre.
I chose to come to Guildhall because of its fantastic reputation. It's really, really well known in the industry as the leading drama school to train in technical theatre. So for me, that is absolutely imperative when you leave, that you have that name behind you and that you've received the best quality of training that you can.